you think we should kneel?
What's that?
Mrs. Morris was admiring your house.
Oh, we're still trying to get organized. Please, come into the drawing room.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons you need to be watching The Gilded Age.
It is a treat to be savored.
For this list, we'll be looking at why you need to drop everything and start watching this HBO series if you haven't already. Are you watching The Gilded Age? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Its creator is Julian Fellowes. Julian Fellowes won an Oscar for writing the dark comedy Gosford Park, but he's best known for creating the pop culture phenomenon Downton Abbey.
What do you think? Nothing succeeds like excess.
The Gilded Age brings Fellowes back to television as the creator and primary writer. Fellowes' follow-up to Downton offers a similar blend of high society, culture clash, and upstairs-downstairs dynamics. The late 19th century New York setting provides a fresh layer, distinguishing The Gilded Age from Fellowes' previous works. At the show's core is the American dream, which means different things to different generations and classes. Fellowes explores the American dream through the lenses of people who come from old money, new money, and no money.
They develop a new American way of being rich, of living a different kind of American life, and having these sort of Renaissance princes, but reinvented. And I was fascinated by that.
While the location and time period are unique, viewers will recognize Fellowes' signature witty writing.
Mama, you are incorrigible.
I take that as the highest praise.
Number 9. The production values. Being a Julian Fellowes period piece, the sets and costumes practically take on identities of their own.
I'm pleased with the size. Big enough to be splendid without being oppressively so.
I agree. One needs to be able to breathe.
Costume designer Kasia Walitsika Maimona and her team of almost 65 worked on nearly 5,000 costumes to convey the overarching theme of old money versus new money. For example, new money characters adopt Parisian and European fashion, making an impression with brighter colors and accessories.
It might be better without the brooch.
It's too much? Yes, it's too much.
Meanwhile, old money characters stick to traditional outfits, clinging to the past. While the glamorous production design captures the era's economic boom, the series also unearths this period's gritty underbelly. Behind all the luxurious mansions, hotels, and parties, poverty, crime, and corruption were on the rise. There's a reason why it was called the Gilded Age and not the Golden Age.
Ada, who else was there? Pickpockets? Newly released criminals? What was Aurora thinking?
Number 8. A breakthrough role for Louisa Jacobson. Studying at the British American Drama Academy and the Yale School of Drama, Louisa Jacobson makes her television debut as Marion Brooke.
You're making your debut in society. You are young and pretty and need to be shown to advantage.
When her father leaves her broke, Marion seeks out her wealthy aunts. Although Marion's aunts come from old money, her views are more progressive.
It must seem hard to miss the party, but Agnes feels so very strongly.
She can't make me dislike them.
Nor would she want to.
Yes, she would.
Smack dab in the middle of a changing landscape, Marion tries to figure out who she is while carving out a unique path for herself. As the audience is introduced to this society, so is Marion, making her the most identifiable character.
Unlike my dear mother, I'm not a big believer in forcing change.
Then I suspect she and I have more in common than we do.
Bringing charm and empathy to the role, Jacobson continues her family's trajectory of gifted performers. Her older sisters, Mamie and Grace Gummer, have starred in various shows, films, and plays. You also might know their mother, Meryl Streep. Number 7. A cast of Broadway vets. In addition to up-and-comers like Jacobson, Danae Benton, and Thaisa Farmiga, The Gilded Age brings together an ensemble of stage legends. When the pandemic put Broadway on hold, it opened the door for numerous theatrically trained stars to join Fellowes' show.
Are you starting to feel at home?
I think so, but I'm open to advice if you have any.
Oh, you look as if you know the ropes pretty well, Mrs. Bruce.
Of course, main cast members like Christine Baranski and Cynthia Nixon have theater ties, but even the recurring stars are huge names in the Broadway world. Baranski reteams with her Good Fight co-star Audra McDonald, who's won 6 Tonys.
Just remember, we are all held fast, frozen in time until you finally allow us to move forward.
Caroline Skirmerhorn Astor, a real-life socialite, is played by 2-time Tony winner Donna Murphy, who Disney fans know best as Mother Gothel.
Rapunzel, look in that mirror. You know what I see? I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh, look, you're here too.
The list just goes on. From Kelly O'Hara to Katie Finneran. Expect even more familiar faces as season 1 airs, including Nathan Lane.
You're looking at the man who used to be the king of old Broadway.
Number 6. Themes beneath the surface. The Gilded Age is all about keeping up appearances, hiding what's going on underneath. Whether it's new money trying to join high society, or old money trying to preserve their inner circle, nothing is as idealistic as it seems.
We need everything to be as pure as the driven snow.
And so you mean to tangle with the man who owned most of the railroads in this country?
Money isn't everything.
It is when you haven't got it.
Mark Twain and Charles Dudley Warner co-authored The Gilded Age, A Tale of Today, which interpreted the era as one wrapped in gold gilding to disguise the larger social dilemmas. While Fellows' approach is a little less cynical, the series gets the root of Twain and Warner's satire.
It's all about appearance, putting on a good show, looking great, and whether you can actually afford the appearance is of less importance than putting it on.
These themes are also reflected through Oscar Van Ryn, who hides his sexuality from everybody except his secret lover, John Adams. Although Oscar lives a wealthy life, he'll never be able to live as openly as he wants.
I wasn't invited.
You will be next time. What was the attraction?
Never mind about that now.
Number 5. The exploration of generational gaps and change. In the series, no character epitomizes old money more than Agnes Van Ryn, while Bertha Russell is the epitome of new money.
Oh, first Mrs. Chamberlain and now them. Why don't we just go outside and roll in the gutter? It will save time.
When Marion comes to live with her aunts, she's essentially a blank slate who can be swayed either way. Agnes aspires to shield Marion from New York, managing her wardrobe and social circle.
I'd ask Oscar Petit. It's time he met you. He'll have a friend with him, John Adams.
That's nice.
This John is Quincy Adams' great-grandson. You will call him Mr. Adams. And wear one of your new dresses.
With few options, Marion tries to appease Agnes, but still feels tempted to branch out. Being older than Marion but younger than Agnes, Aunt Ada provides a middle ground, living up to the standards of old New York, while encouraging her modern niece to stay true to herself.
I only ask that you never break your own moral code. But that is the soundest guide any of us can have.
Whatever the future holds, change is inevitable, as this era would bring calls for women's suffrage, civil service reform, and more.
I'm enjoying myself. It's not every day you watch Sherman marching to the sea.
Number 4. The friendship moments. When we first meet Marion, she only has $30 to her name. She soon has even less, as her purse and train ticket are stolen.
You haven't seen a purse by any chance?
I'm afraid not.
It had my train and ferry tickets and my money. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Although Marion is at her lowest point, a beautiful friendship stems from it. She meets Peggy, who sympathizes with Marion and offers her a spot on the train. Marion returns the favor when Peggy needs a temporary residence.
Miss Scott traveled with me, but they've canceled the ferries to Brooklyn. I'm rather hoping Miss Van Ryn will allow her to rest here until the storm is past.
The two continue to build each other up and even come together to help others like Mrs. Bauer. As similar as these modern women are in some respects, they still come from very different backgrounds. With one being white and the other black, Marion will never fully understand Peggy's experiences. Even with this tension, though, their friendship is truly genuine and inspiring.
You're a New Yorker now. We both are. And for a New Yorker, anything is possible. So good luck to both of us.
Number 3. A fresh perspective for the black middle class. Denée Benton's theatrical resume ranges from The Great Comet to The Book of Mormon to Hamilton. As Peggy, Benton not only explores interracial friendship, but also what it was like to be an educated black middle-class woman during this time.
Mrs. Van Ryn, please tell me if there's anything I can do to help.
Well, you do have the penmanship for it.
I can take dictation. I know Pittman's shorthand.
In many period pieces, black people are often restricted to servant roles. Peggy represents a group that history and pop culture have widely overlooked, being an aspiring writer seeking independence from her first-generation parents.
And I hope one day to write a novel.
How ambitious.
Some may think it far-fetched. My father does.
But women have been successful writers for years.
White women. But I have a few precedents.
Notably, the show doesn't shy away from the prejudices. Peggy and her fellow black passengers must board the train last. Even when she's welcomed into the Van Ryn household, she eats with the skeptical kitchen staff. Benton strove for Peggy's arc to be authentic, advocating to bring black female writers and historians on board.
Julian and Dr. Erica Dunbar and Sonia Warfield and Sally were incredible. We were just sort of like this crucible of making sure that Peggy's dignity and that this type of ancestor got to have her life breathed into her.
Number 2. Carrie Coon as Bertha Russell. From shows like The Leftovers to films like The Nest, Carrie Coon is somewhere between being one of our most underrated actresses and breaking out in a big way. She continues her streak of excellence as Bertha Russell.
I don't think we should be afraid of new things. Or new people.
Although Bertha judges people like Agnes and Ada, she's also desperate to win the approval of her peers. Just when it appears that Bertha has reached the top of the social ladder, her hopes and dreams remain out of reach. She isn't one to go down without a fight, however.
We're joining a different club.
Even if they don't want us to be members?
Why shouldn't we be members? I'm tired of letting all those dull and stupid women dictate the way we live our lives.
Bertha is perfectly complimented by her adoring husband George, played by Morgan Spector. As charming as George is, he didn't get rich by being naive. And when Bertha's in a rut, he'll help her get revenge.
It won't help you, you know. This sort of stunt does not impress the people you want to win over.
Mrs. Morris, this sort of stunt impresses everyone.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Christine Baranski and Cynthia Nixon's dynamic. The Gilded Age pretty much had us sold from the moment that we heard that Christine Baranski and Cynthia Nixon were playing sisters. Interestingly, they previously played a mother and daughter in the Broadway play The Real Thing. Now they both serve as maternal figures for Marion. Nixon transforms from Miranda Hobbs to younger sister Ada, who's more open to change than Baranski's Agnes.
Do you know this Gladys well enough to ask her to luncheon?
Not really.
I should think not.
Agnes, you can't have anything against an innocent young girl.
I'm opposed to her tribe.
Between Baranski's cold delivery and Fellow's catty dialogue, Agnes delivers some of the most savage one-liners this side of Lady Violet.
Agnes, our brother has died.
Our brother, with whom we have had no connection these many years.
We should have gone for the funeral anyway.
It wasn't worth an uncomfortable day of travel to make sure Henry was dead.
Yet there's a softer side to Agnes as she gives Peggy a job and tries to secure a happy life for Marion. Agnes is at her best when she's being cynical, though, which Ada wonderfully offsets with her unyielding optimism.
Well, I like her strong views. I like her energy. Don't worry, Agnes. She's clever. She'll learn the rules.
Will she? Revolutions are launched by clever people with strong views.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.